Hi everyone. So welcome back to my channel. My name's Abigail. If you're new, I was born with a rare birth defect that affects my growth and development, and I share what my life is like. So it feels like we have quite a bit coming up. Um, so, see, where do I even start? I did get my friend's birthday card mailed. I think it was maybe the last video I posted, or one of the last videos I posted. I showed you all the birthday card that I got my friend. Her birthday is in July, so I got her birthday card mailed, and then of course August school starts back. Now I'm graduated, so I'm not going back to school, but I haven't decided yet if I want to do PACES or not. When I was in school, we did what was called ACE PACES, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's a Christian curriculum. And we tried different things when I was in school, but the main one that we always came back to was ACE. And so that's what I did for most of the years that I was in school. I was homeschooled, and that's the curriculum I did. Well, after I graduated from, high school, I decided that even though that I was done with school, I wanted to go back and work on some more schoolwork, not for the sake of it being points towards school, but more of learning different things, just kind of keep my education going. I do have developmental delays, so I think that keeping up my education is important, and I don't see myself going to college or anything like that, but it is really important to me to keep up my education. So whenever school starts back in, for us it's August, I might be going back to doing my PACES. I'll have to go back and look and see where I was even when I was even on doing the last PACE that I did, because I was doing the PACE off and on, but then I started having a lot of things happen, with my health and stuff, and so then I took a really long break, and now I don't remember if I finished the last book that I had and we're gonna have to order another one, or exactly where I'm at and all of that. The last time I took a long break from doing the PACE, we just did what's called an open book test. So the middle of the book has a test in it, and then after you finish the whole book, you do the test, and you're supposed to do it with just your memory, without the answers. But because the last ACE PACE I did, I was off of it for a couple of months, and then I got back to it just because of different things like my health and stuff. I had what was called an open book test, which is basically if I didn't know the answer, I was allowed to look it up, instead of knowing it by memory. So so I'm hoping to start this back up in sometime in August, sometime whenever my little brother starts school back. because, again, I think that important. It's important to me to further my education as much as I can, and because I'm not doing this for the sake of school, I am allowed to pick what subject I want to do. So I've been doing social studies because the social studies that I do, it has these like stories in them, and it's a Christian based curriculum, so you're not just learning the story, but some of it's like off of the Bible, and then some of it's like science might be like something about astronauts, but also like how God made the world, that kind of thing. And so it's a little like mix of both, and I think that whenever my little brother starts school back, my little brother does go to public school, he's not homeschooled, but I think I want to get back into these paces because I did really enjoy them. I just had to like take a long break for health reasons. It was just like kind of one thing after another. I think the thing was like I had a button change or something, which my feeding tube button, the balloon in them goes bad after a while and I have to get it changed. I think that happened, and then I had some other health stuff happen, and I took a long break, and so I do want to get back into those paces. I think that will be good. I found that it's really good to keep yourself busy when you have health issues, but make sure the things that you're keeping yourself busy with is good things, like encouraging things that help you. And here, like a year or so ago, I guess it was, maybe it was even a couple years ago now, I was dealing with some like really bad depression just from like my health situation, and with my feeding tube and all of that, I'm now able to do it by myself. And now that it's been like a little over a year since I've had it placed, and things have really gotten a lot better as far as how I take my health stuff, and really I feel like I mentally take it pretty well for all that I've been through. But something that my doctor did tell me when she took me off the depression meds, it's been several months ago now, she was like, do what makes you happy. Don't like focus like on the negative things, but she's like, if buying a coffee makes you happy, go have that. Just whatever brings you joy without it having like a sad ending, if that makes sense. And so I've really found those things that bring me joy and bring distraction, if that makes sense. I mean, I obviously want to talk about it enough to be able to help people, but at the same time, not dwell on it so much that I make myself miserable, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be able to share to help, but not be in a negative mindset, because there are people out there like that I don't know, they don't even really have maybe even a whole lot that to complain about. They're just complainers. Like, people that it's, if you saw one of my last videos, I was talking about, a lady at the store that was just like in a bad mood. There are just people out there that they can really I guess you could say steal your joy, or they just they act like really miserable. And so, um, anyways, for me, finding good distractions really helps. I've been doing diamond art. I do my YouTube channel. I've been watching a Tubi movie almost every day. Um, I've been trying to spend some time with my little brother at some point in the day. I don't always get that done on Sundays because we're at church most of the day, but every other day of the week, I try to spend a little bit of time doing something with my little brother. And so it's really just those little things that bring joy. It doesn't have to be this huge, massive thing where, you know, you have to like spend this ton of money to, you know, find joy, but it really is the small things. I'm really thankful that I'm still here to be able to spend time with my siblings and my parents and, you know, my friends, my family, my church family, like everyone around me that, you know, supports me in so many ways. I'm really thankful that I'm still here and, you know, to share my story about, yeah, you can go through hard things, but it's up to you how you're gonna take that. And even though I do share some of the hard, I also want to share the positive, the funny things, just, you know, just all of it. So, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you are new, be sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you won't miss a video, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.